morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, July 1st. I want to introduce you to ELLISA Morris. First time you've been on Radio Friends.
That's right.
ELLISA is with an organization called Giving Song.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Giving Song is a music therapy practice based out of right here in Columbia. We have a center over in Cherry Hill.
And what do you do?
We use music therapy services to serve our community all across mid-Missouri. We see individuals all across the lifespan, all ages, and all therapy needs.
Like what? Give me a couple of examples.
Yeah, a couple of examples might be, actually this summer we're launching a ukulele band for veterans with PTSD to support coping skills, building community, and mental health awareness for veterans. But we also have ongoing early childhood intervention groups for young children with maybe speech delays or social skills.
And you're doing all of this with music.
Yes.
How do you use music to help someone who has a speech deficiency?
Because of the way that music is processed in the brain, it is incredibly effective at rehabilitating speech needs and naturally engages the social skills needed with conversation and communication all within the music.
Somebody with autism.
Yes, absolutely.
And the post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yes.
You're using a ukulele band
Yes.
to do this. What kind of results have you had?
In programs like this that are becoming pretty popular actually in VA work across the country, incredible results from the community building skills, the social support, using music as a regulation tool for them. It is garnering great results.
What can people do if they're interested or if they feel they know someone who could benefit from this?
Reach out to us. Email is the best way, info@givingsong.org.
info@givingsong.org.
Yep.
That's your email address.
Yes.
They just simply tell you what they would like to have assistance with. Is there a charge for this?
Yes, we do work with some insurance, and we are also working with some different community funding sources for those with private pay. Some of our resources are also funded by Boone County Family Resources. So.
Okay. But you can get all that information by sending an email.
Or heading to our website.
What's the website?
Givingsong.org.
Okay, givingsong.org. It sounds extremely interesting.
Yeah.
I wish you the very best of luck with it.
Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure having you here,
It's
ELLISA.
a pleasure to be here.
All right, now I want to introduce you to Annette Triplett. Good to have you here, Annette, from Local Motion.
Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for having me.
You were on here, about a couple of months ago?
A couple months ago, before Bike Walk and Wheel Week.
So tell me about Local Motion.
Yeah, so Local Motion is a transportation advocacy organization. Our name used to be PedNet Coalition.
Right,
Recently
everybody remembers
rebranded.
PedNet.
Yeah, and so right now we are leading a campaign for Livable Streets policy. This is a campaign for Columbia to update its street design policy, which is the policy that determines what streets look like. So how wide our driving lanes are, what kind of bike lanes we have, if we have crosswalks and sidewalks, and what our bus infrastructure looks like.
I mean, you're talking about, when you talk about how wide the streets are going to be or the sidewalk, you're talking about major renovation here.
Yeah, so the way that we usually advocate for policies is that the policies become phased in over time. So as a city makes maintenance and renovations over time, the policy comes into place at that point. So it's not an all at once a renovation, everything up front.
So what are some of the suggestions that you have?
Sure, yeah. So in Columbia, for our bike infrastructure, we don't have any protected bike lanes, which creates like a physical barrier between the driving lane and the bike lane. So we don't actually have any safety protection for people biking.
You mean like a railing or a fence?
Yeah, usually there's bollards, which are those tall post things, or there can be even parking. So it can be really cheap so that there can be a parking lane between the driving lane and the bike lane. We also are not great about installing crosswalks across the city or being careful with where we place bus stops to ensure that they're safe.
But we do have some crosswalks, don't we?
We do have some crosswalks. Yeah, absolutely. So Columbia has an existing street design policy that was really ahead of the curve way back in 2004, but we haven't updated it since then.
Do we have now forgive me for my ignorance on this, but do we have the little buttons that you press?
We do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the voice that says, wait.
Yeah.
Do we have that?
Yeah, we do. Well, in many places, not all of them. That's considered an audible crosswalk, which makes it safer for folks with visual disabilities to be able to cross the street. But we don't have those everywhere either. So that could be part of the policy
that would be good to hear the voice say, wait.
Yeah, and that's good for everyone, regardless of your visual ability. That's a benefit for everyone.
Okay, so we're talking about the crosswalks, talking about biking lanes. Anything else? We got about a minute left here.
Yeah, so transit. So some of our bus stops, if you ride the bus, sometimes the bus drops you off right on the side of the road, on the side of a highway or in a ditch. And so if you are walking or biking from that bus stop to your final location, you really don't have a safe place to get there. And so we really like the policy to be really mindful about where we drop folks off from the bus.
But sometimes the buses are running in not just the urban area, but some of the rural areas too.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference.
Yeah, regardless, we still need it to be safe when people get off the bus.
Okay. If people want information or if they want to give their input into this, what do they need to do?
Yeah, so you can go to comostreets.org. That's the website for the campaign.
And this is for Local Motion?
Yeah, so Local Motion's leading the campaign. Yeah.
Okay, so go to
CoMoStreets.org.
CoMoStreets.org.
Yep.
When you go to that, are you going to have several different categories that you can choose from, or do you just start putting your thoughts in?
So that's where you can find out more information about the campaign. We also have an event coming up on Saturday, July 9th, 10 a.m. at Ragtag. It's a public information meeting where folks can come and learn more about the campaign.
And everybody's invited to attend?
Yeah, everyone's invited.
Okay. I want to thank you so much, Annette.
Thanks, Paul.
For coming by. Okay. We're about out of time for today, but before we go, we have to say goodbye to somebody who is leaving us, and we really hate to see him go. I'm talking about Aaron Hay. Aaron has been our audio person for 5 years now, and if you're watching us on television, there's a picture of Aaron in the control room. Wave your hand, Aaron, and wave. Can you say something, Aaron?
Yeah, I can say something.
Well, I can't hear you out here, but you recognize his voice also because Aaron's on KBIA hosting also. He is leaving. He's leaving us. Can you believe that? He wants to leave Columbia and he's going down to Houston, Texas. We're going to miss him an awful lot, especially your work as audio on Radio Friends. You have been wonderful for us, and you're a good person and a good friend, and we wish you and your wife the very best that life has to offer. See you later, Aaron.